Hello, everybody, and welcome to this evening, maybe morning, where you come from, webinar. I'm Jesper, I'm from Astera. It will approximately be 60 minutes today, roundabout. We will see how it goes. And if you do have any questions during the webinar, please don't hesitate to write them in the chat. I actually would like you to interact a bit with me. So when you have any questions, just ask them. My colleague here next to me will also give a signal, and then we can take it during the webinar as well. If the question is a bit off topic, we will take it at the very end at the webinar. Good. There is no such thing as stupid questions, just want to point it out. Today we are going to talk about the scenes. It's a very new feature and has been there for approximately 2 weeks, roundabout. So we want to learn, and I want to give you everything what I know about it, so you can use this in productions and whatsoever and wheresoever you are using the Astera lights. Good. The new Astera update, the version 11.17, also what you see here on the left side of the screen, is the very new version. So if you do see some features, what we are going through here today, what you don't have maybe on your phone, maybe you are also playing a little bit around while we are going through the scenes, and you don't see the features, you just need to go update the app. Perfect. Very nice. So the scenes feature actually allows you to predefine sets with a specific effect. Predefined sets with a specific effect. Sorry, guys. It actually works like this. The scenes are also working as cues. Maybe you know cues. Then we can make the setup and change with one click actually the whole setup what we have. We will also come to this a little bit further, but first of all we would need to go through the first steps, which also are very important before we start playing around. Good. Everyone probably knows that you, of course, need an Astera box, otherwise we can't work with the Astera app. This one is connected to your smartphone or tablet, so it's either iOS or it can also be Android. Of course, we need to pair the lights to the app so we can control them. Just what you see here on the right side on the app screen, we have paired them, so now we have a list of connected lights. Be my guest, play along. When you also maybe have some lights at home, you can follow everything I do. I will do it very slow and hopefully also understandable for all of you. Going to the next one, please. Great. Resetting your lights before use can be a very, very helpful thing. Especially I like it because then I have a clean slate. Everything is reset and ready to use. So actually there's 4 ways of resetting the light. One of them I will not talk about today, but the 3 others, of course. I do have some Helios and some Titan tubes just here behind me. Oh, sorry. One way to reset it is actually directly through the display. You can find the factory reset and simply confirming by clicking the enter button. The second way is where we go to the app here, and still being at the very left tab. I have the tabs in the bottom, maybe you have it in the top. But we can actually mark the icons or simply just mark them like this, one by one. Have connected. It's a faster way. Let's say you maybe have 60, 24 or whatsoever connected, then this is just a fast way to mark them. Once we have marked them, the magic wand tool will appear up in the top, also highlighted blue just now. This is some sort of a multiple selection tool, so we can actually do something with the lights all at the one and the same time. Now you might see the reset lights right underneath here, also highlighted just now. When we press this one, it will ask us if we want to confirm this setting. Of course, we want to do it. Sending to lights. Like this, and it says my 8 lights could not be reached, then we simply just try once again. Like this, perfect. So once they light up red, they are reset. That's actually how it works. Now we know that the lights have been reset, doing it this way. The third way to do it let me just unmark it here, is actually through the main menu. My app screen is going a little bit slow here. I hope it's not going too slow from your side. If it's going too slow refresh-wise, please let me know in the chat. Then I will slow down a bit so you can also follow the app screen while we are running through the different steps. Going to the main menu as the third method is the 3 lines up in the right corner. Simply just open it like this. And then you will see the menu point actions for all lights. Once we press this one, just want to wait till it appears here. I don't know if it goes slow at your side, but however. Reset lights on pair CRMX is the one we want to choose. Just like this. You will see we have the possibility here to say we want to reset the settings and also unpair the CRMX. In not every occasion you need or want to unpair the CRMX. That's why you have the opportunity to say no to this one. What you will see now is that the lights are actually flickering, so they are ready to become a command that they want to be reset. We can actually press the enter button on the light here. It flashes, and we have been resetting the light. If you have multiple cases just next to each other, the little remote control right here can be very, very helpful actually. You have the power on button, simply just point and push the power on button, then you reset all the lights just like this. Can be a very fast way to do it if you have a lot of sets or multiple sets next to each other. So I just recommend to do whatever you feel more comfortable with. That's by your own choice. Pressing the done, we are done. Simple and easy, just like that. Let me just adjust the brightness here a little bit so you can see the colors when we start to play a little bit. Perfect. So now we have, oh, one didn't get reset here. Let me just reset that one like that. Perfect. Sorry guys, don't want to confuse you more than necessary. Good. Back to the list of connected lights, we will have to go now to the next tab just right next to it, the targets, or the target page at least. What you will see by default when you download the app for the first time, maybe, you will see this target view. So it's just a lot of big squared boxes next to each other. And you can simply just activate them when we have created sets, and then you will be able to change the effect on this exact set or group. Moving on. Perfect. It's right, Stefan. I want the next one. Perfect, thank you. So in late 2019, we added a new target view we call the list view. How to actually come to this point, we have the 3 lines, which is highlighted just now up in the right corner, like this. And then we will become the sets we create as a list view instead. It gives you some more possibilities. Brightness-wise, you will also see the current effect. I wanted to start from a clean slate, so you will see the whole process of creating sets and also creating the scenes. So I will talk about this a little bit later so you can see how it actually works. So now we would like to create our first set. Like this. Good. We have the sync set, we have the flow set, and we have individual lights. The sync set is basically where all the lights in this group do exactly the same thing. The flow set is more if you have, let's say, a tube line and you want an effect to run over the tubes, then we can create a flow set. Individual lights just makes it possible for us to create the lights individually compared to the ones we, of course, choose. In this case, and today, I will just play a little bit with the sync set, but you can use all the sets here to put into your scene later. So it doesn't have to be a sync set. I just think it is easier and also to make it more understandable for you. Good. Yes, and this I also, so we have to move on one more time. Perfect. And also one more, Stefan. Great, thanks. There are 3 ways to add lights to a group, not only a sync set, but also the flow set. One of the ways, when we have pushed the sync set, you will see the app screen just looking like this. We can simply push the enter button here back on the light and it will flash. And then we have the light added to this set. However, I didn't want this light in this set, so I just delete it again, like that. Okay, perfect. So I'm not the tallest guy in the whole world, so I maybe can't reach this. Can also be that you in the production, in the studio, already mounted the lights in the ceiling, can be pretty hard to reach, or you maybe don't have a ladder. Then we can actually press this little bar right here. And then we can choose from the list. Oh, there it was, this one I want. Simply mark it. And I can also do it with the next here. Maybe it's the first one. No. Sorry, it's a Helios. Not that, but this one. Perfect. Then I mark this and confirm by clicking the OK button just down in the bottom. Then you will see actually the lights also becomes attached here to the set. It makes good sense to rename it as well. So maybe I just call them tubes top, so I also have a better overview. And creating the set by clicking the arrow button up in the left corner, like this. Good. Now the screen is also with, that's nice. Maybe it's faster with you, I have no idea, but we will try to make this as best as we can. I want to actually create multiple sets, so we also go to the next slide. It's very important that we have multiple sets to be able and to make the scenes make sense anyways. So I will just continue here, creating a new sync set and adding the two next tubes right here. Now I can reach, so I don't need to select them. It's easier for me just to hit the enter button just like that. Perfect. Tubes, middle, and simply confirm by clicking the arrow up in the left corner, like that. Good. I want to have all tubes width, so I simply just create a sync set more. You can use you can create 20 sets. It doesn't really matter. You can also create 2 sets, but creating only 1 set doesn't really make sense to the scenes. Maybe can be, but also depending on what you guys are doing. So of course you can also attach only 1 set like this. Good. So the last tubes are just here. Let me rename this one. Oh, like this, confirming. Boom. Good. Now we actually, let's say I want some specific effects. These I can go and create before starting creating the scene. You can also use predefined effects, what we already have in the app. It doesn't have to be someone or some effects you have specially made for this use. So all the effects on the effects page can be used. Let us go to the middle tab just here in the bottom to come to the program and effect page. This page might look very familiar to all of you. This is by default. This is how it's looking when downloading the app. Or maybe you haven't changed it, then it probably still looks like this. Hitting the little pencil up here and insert a page to the left. I just want an empty page so everyone can follow and everything is nice and clean. So let us go 1 slide back because we don't assign effects yet to the sets, but we predefine the effects. So I simply just click a static red program. Oh, sorry. Just have to reopen here first. Perfect. So adding or creating a new effect, pressing the plus button up in the right corner, like this, and then create a static red program, and then press the plus button wherever you want to place it actually. What we can do now is go to the editor because I don't want the red color. I also don't want a fade in, so you will see the slider here moving like this. And I maybe in this case want a blue as the first thing. Scrolling up again, I can rename my program also to create some better overview for the future and hit the save button up in the right corner. Save button is always important, guys, because if you change the effect, it can be that you have been using a lot of time creating this effect. It will simply just be gone or going back to the program what you created before. So hit the save button, then we are safe and sound. I would like to create some more sets also to be able to show you how this actually works. I can move a little bit faster forward because now we all know how this works. Simply just creating right here, pink, like this, pressing the plus button again, like that. Then I can capture the current effect what I have active that I could possibly do, like this, and then simply, because then the fade in what I had on the effect before is also like this, changing to the green, saving this one, creating a new one, and choosing the black color. I know black is not a color, but it's it sounds good anyway. So just let's create this black color here, right? Like this, perfect. And hitting the save button, of course, is also very, very important. It can be that we don't only want to, or we do not only need to use static colors or static effects. Then let's create fast a running effect. So same procedure by creating what you see up here in the right corner. Let's choose a spiral for this one. So my app here on the screen has basically frozen. It's very slow here. I hope it works at your side, guys. However, let's continue and try to see if we can. Because if you don't see something or if it's lacking too much, maybe, write it. I will take it a bit more slow, okay? Perfect. So creating this running effect right here, choosing to have some black colors in between, and so you can see the running effect also here on the screen. Good. And create and call it the running. Yeah, running. Running is a perfect name in this case, like this. Good. I think we come clear and will also understand with the effects what we have been creating just now. What do you do?
I need to refresh.
Okay, perfect. Sorry. I think, yeah. Okay, let's try continue and see how this works. It can also be that I should try restart the mirroring software, but let's see. Is the app working well for you guys? Just give a thumbs up because it's working very slow right here.
Slower for them.
Okay. Okay, good. Should we maybe try restart it here fast? Can be stop mirroring like this, and maybe we can do like this, just like that. So you have to go on my computer now, Stefan, just to see if it works. Like that. Okay, it's still very slow, I see. But you also have to lay it on the right side so people can see the presentation as well on my screen. Exactly. Let's try continue with this. This is also the view I have, so maybe it's slow. I apologize for that. Okay. Now we have been predefining the effects, what we would like to create the scenes with. So what we have to do is go back to the target view like this. You would have really fit to the page there, Stefan. Yeah. But if you roll it down in the right corner, it will actually make 50-50. In the right corner now. So down in the right corner. Yeah. More. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Sorry, guys. Wait a sec. Just like this. It's moving really slow. I don't know why. So, okay, I think we are back up running. Sorry. Okay, let's continue. So we need, after predefining the effects, we need to assign an effect to each set So let's start with the tube's top. You also see it highlighted just now. And then we will have to go swiftly a little bit back and forth between the program page and the target page. So now we assign here, going to the program page, for instance, a blue P right here now, going back to the target list and deactivating the tube's top and tube's middle activating. And here we, for instance, want a black. Going back to the target and simply just choosing or assigning an effect to the last set what we want, a pink. Perfect. Staying here at the program page, we will have to press the plus button up in the right corner, like this. And then you will add the scene down in the corner, which is also highlighted just now. Now you will see the sets what we actually have in the target list as well. So if you would have 20 sets, it would also show 20 sets here, of course. Simply just, so if we actually just move forward in the presentation. And again. So here, now we choose the sets which we want, and we created these 3 sets specifically to this scene or the scenes we want to create now. So going to the next slide is actually where we just have to, let's say, create or name the scene. So in this case, I just call this scene 1 and simply pressing the check mark button up in the right corner, like this. Then you again can choose where to place it on the page view, simply just by pressing the plus where you want it to be. Perfect. To make this give sense, or to give, yeah, you know what I mean, then we have to create one more scene at least. So we go back here to the target list, and for the tube's top this time, we, for instance, want the green one, or maybe even the black one. Going back, tube's middle would probably be the green one this time, and tube's bottom could then be the running effect. I hope you see the running effect good enough. Otherwise, I will just fast adjust the brightness. I think this is good. Good. So now we have assigned effects to the 3 sets, what we want to have in the next scene we create. So simply the plus button one more time and creating the scene right here. Again, choose the sets, what you want to have in the scene. I will just do something. When you saw something moving on the right side, I will come back to that later, just in case you wanted to ask. But of course, ask whatever you want and whenever you like to. I call this scene 2, just like this. Perfect. Hitting the check mark button once again allows me to save the scene and laying it just next to the other one. Better overview that way, I believe. Good. Moving on to the next slide, Stefan, please. So scenes in use, just to give you an example, we will also try to do this a bit later. When choosing the scene 1, you will see I instantly change the effects on all the sets what I have predefined or actually have saved in this picture. Choosing the scene 2, so simply just by one click, I change all the lights what I have in my setup. This you can make totally by yourself. I'm also sure your imagination is super great. So I guess you can also imagine where to use it when in your productions or wherever you use it. Simply just clicking back and forth, you will see them instantly changing on all our 6 tubes right here. Good. I think this makes very, very good sense. So now we have learned to create a scene. But what if the blue color in scene 1 on top should have been green instead? Then we will activate scene 1 by clicking it. You will also see a little blue line around it. And then we will click the pencil button up in the right corner. You will see the second menu tab is called Edit Scene. This one we want to choose. and then you will actually see a bar up in the top where it says edit scene, scene 1. So now we are actually in the editor or the edit mode. So when we go to the next slide, exactly, we actually already have this, but now we will have to do just as we did when we created or assigned effects to the sets. So if the blue is the only one, tube's top, I want to change, I go back to the target view here, activate my tube's top, go back to the program effect page, and simply just hit the green button like this, and push the OK button up in the right corner, like this. What you will see on the right side is that we have changed it to the green color, what we also would like to do. Simply hit the check mark button. You will also see the picture itself and the effect now has changed to green instead of blue. Good. And this I also just said, it's just the check mark button basically. So let's just move on, Stefan. Perfect. This was one way of editing. I don't know if you recognized it before. When we are in the scene mode before creating it, we have something called linked. So you can actually link an effect to this specific effect. Let's take, for instance, right up here, the scene 1, what you see in the picture with the 3 sets, the tube's top has a green color now. This green color refers directly to the green effect what we have up in the right color. Let me go to the editor here fast, just so you understand the concept. Going to the editor and OK. You see that the green color now says that it's actually linked. Yeah. So saving this set with this linked color like this, then you will actually see when we go to scene 2, which I before unlinked, you will see they are not linked, saving it. So when we want to choose, for instance, the green color in some linked scenes, activate the green effect up in the right corner, going to the editor, changing the color, for instance, to red, and saving it. Now you will actually see, because this has been linked, it changes the whole picture when you change this specific effect color. Okay, let me try see here fast. Let me just do something and then explain it just one more time. Like that, change this to the black, going here, like that, and save it. Okay, good. Going back to the red here, changing it back to the green, hit the save button, and you will see all the linked here actually changes. So this is what link means. If you don't link it, it will never change, even though if you change the color on the specific effect. Perfect. That was actually what I wanted to say. So let's move on. Let's move on. Good. Let me just remove this one and create a new one. Tube's top would have, for instance, a pink one and a blue, like this. Tube's middle, black. And tube's bottom would maybe have the running effect, like this. Oh, that would be stupid. We would choose pink here instead, like this. Good. So creating now with brightness. Actually, we can predefine the brightness already from here. Let's say we want it to be 50% on the blue. Oh, like this, pressing the OK button, going to the page view, or page view to the effect page, and adding or creating a new scene like this. And we want these ones to be linked. Scene number 3. What you actually do is that whenever you have predefined the brightness and the set before creating the scene and you link it, then you basically save the brightness in the picture. So when saving this, hitting here, and we at some point on another effect before that would go here and say, no, it's 100% like this, and activating the scene with this 100% brightness, you will also see that it goes down to 50% what we have saved in this specific scene. So this is the way of linking the brightness, just as simple like that. If you do not link the brightness, it doesn't save it in the scene picture. Perfect. Good. What we see here with the static colors, what I created in the beginning, they are basically just changing instantly when we change them just like this. Another thing can be that you simply just want some fade in or to change smoothly between the scenes. Then we can go here, for instance, let me try, create a new effect like this, and hitting this one, just choosing orange maybe, like this. Perfect. So now when we, for instance, say we want, these two sets to have the orange color, like this, then you will also see they slightly fade in. This is how we want our new scene with 100% brightness on all of them. And then here, create the scene like this with the effect with fade in. Just important to remember here, like this, saving it like this. Good. When I, for instance, go back to the one I only called scene, you will see it now changes instantly. So the fade in has something to do with the effect you create or edit. So now we can go to scene 4, and now you will see them slowly just fading in, and you can of course adjust the fade in time as well. Simply just like this. Exactly. Perfect. Good. Do we have some questions so far? Just in case? No? Sure?
The last question was if you can edit the scenes, but it was just right before you explained it.
Perfect. Then we got that cleared. Very nice. Very nice. Good. A part of this new app.
Now we have a question.
Okay.
So Jason is writing, I missed where you choose fade in.
Ah, yeah. Okay. So it doesn't matter, Jason, if you have, or also to all of you, if you have the predefined effects like this, or if you have the effects you have been creating yourself. If we, for instance, choose the new program, which is the orange one just here, going to the editor, the tab right next to it, like this, then just under the C1 tab, you will see the fade in. So here is where you can actually change the fade in time. If you want to be more specific, on all the sliders here in the app, you can double tap, and then you can actually write in the exact amount of minutes or seconds you want. So I hope this answers your question. Perfect. Super nice and easy. Very good. Very good. So then actually this was about the scenes, but I just have a few things more regarding the new update. I have maybe been showing it already, but let's say we have created the static colors on the top here, and we have the scenes. Maybe the overview is not so much there. I want to arrange and create my own page view so I have a better overview. Simply by pressing, when you are in the page where with effects and programs, you have the pencil up in the right corner, like this. Okay, it's a little bit slow, like that. Perfect. Here you can actually say, I want to insert a page to the left or to the right. This is an empty page. I love left, so I simply just choose left. And then you will see I have a complete empty page. what I can do next is pressing the pencil and start arrange tiles, which you will see down in the very bottom. The highlighted one, just there, perfect. Once you click this one, scrolling back, I can simply just hold down a tile and move it around as I want to, and going here to the left side and release it. And then we can arrange our page view a lot better. Perfect. Oh, sorry. So this is actually a new thing, what you can do and confirm by hitting the check mark button up in the right corner, like this. Going to the next slide is also now possible when view, but you have the tile view like this. You will have the same options by clicking the pencil, and you can insert a page to the left, to the right, and you can arrange tiles just as it goes with the program and effect page. Perfect. Let's move on. Perfect. I know I've been talking a lot about scenes and stuff like this, but it can take some time, especially when you sit and do your pre-work before production. So let's say you spend a whole day creating effects, sets, and also the scenes for this specific production. It is a lot of time what you invest. So let's say you maybe drop your tablet, would be a shame. Or it can be that you want to share the exact same app setup with your coworker. Maybe you have the same or the setup what he needs, then you can simply just share it. So here is how it goes. Go to the main menu, the 3-line menu up in the right corner, like this. And then you will have to go to app settings. Opening the menu here, we will actually be able to see the backup and restore tab. It's just in the middle of the whole thing right there, also highlighted just so you can follow, like this. And then we can press the plus button and say, rename it and say Astera webinar, the 20th. Oh, in America, yeah, they write it a bit different. So simply just like this would be the same, pressing the OK button. Boom. Then we can choose or press the backup we just created. Then we can restore the backup, or we can choose to share it with the sharing button here up in the right corner, like this. Sharing it, maybe storing it on your laptop could be a good idea if you are afraid that you want to, or maybe one day drop your tablet, or maybe it goes broken in another way. If you want to restore the backup, you can press it here. Before we just move on, when you share your backup with a coworker or you want it on another unit, simply just send it to an email, open the email on this unit, press the file, and it will actually restore it directly to the Astera app this way. Now you will see here, hopefully in the app, restore backup, that we can restore everything. When we turn that off, it will give us some different opportunities. So you can choose what you want to restore. In this case, it can be from settings, radio pin, your favorite color, targets, and so on and so on. So everything what is in the app is possible to restore, or only just part of it. Now you know it's there. Use it if you want or need to. Good. I don't want to restore because this is the same what I have. And going back right here. So let us go to the next slide, please, which I also believe is the last and most beautiful one of them. If you do have any questions now, guys, please just ask them, and we will take it just as it comes. The webinars will be on our archive at astera-led.com. We have a menu tab just up at the very top where you can go in and also review or see the webinars again if something was not clear or you need to hear it again. Perfect. I think we have it all, unless... Okay, there is some... Okay, I think we have some questions. Let's do it.
The first question is it possible to practice on the app without any lights present?
It is possible, yeah. You can always create sets without adding lights. The only thing what you can't do, of course, is to see how it reacts real time or real life. So let me give you an example first. I could simply maybe just switch off my little Astera box here. Just as good as I maybe can. So now the little, let me see here. Okay, good. It's totally off. You will also see the little red cross down in the bottom. Press the plus symbol right here, create a sync set, and simply just press here like this. Now we have the sync set. So when we go here and creating a scene, we will actually, just have to add an effect. Assigning an effect is always important, like this. A scene, and we will actually also be able to add this to our new scene, what you see here. So the sync set is also with, so you can actually create it. The only thing what you need to do is going manually into the sync sets afterwards and adding these lights what you want in this set. So it's not a problem, sure not.
The second question is, do the app versions between devices need to be identical to use backup and restore function?
It's actually a very good question. Also the first time I get this one. So,
You need the new app version, probably.
I'm not quite sure, to be honest. That's one of the very, very, very good questions. Who asked this? Jeffrey.
Jeffrey Taylor.
Jeffrey, please send me an email on the email address, what you see here on the screen, and I will for sure find out also within the next 20 minutes. Perfect. Great. One more is writing, just to take it all.
If I was using the app and didn't save with the backup and restore setting, and the app crashes, would I lose my work?
So,
autosave.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, so if I would, let's say, create an effect here now, like this, and go to the editor, and I would just create some nice effect here, maybe with the layer effects, and the app crashes, then it unfortunately do not save the effect. So you would actually have to start over. However, I do not very often experience that the app crashes. We saw it just a little bit earlier, but I'm also working with a beta version here, actually. The betas can be a little bit tricky. However, with the normal version, I don't really experience it very often. If it crashes often, can also be that you maybe have a slightly older device, because the app is also very big, and some of the tablets from before, or from a which is a bit older, is not really being updated. The processor is not that fast. So simply maybe buy a smartphone for maybe €150 or €200, and then you will actually be up running. They can run the app very smooth, and then you would for sure also avoid some crashings right there. Just in case it happens often, then you can do that. Perfect. We are waiting. Yeah, all good. We take it nice and slow. Perfect.
Well, great. Thanks.
Very good. Very good. Guys, thank you for the questions. That's also why we interact. And I also hope that you learn something about scenes and where you can maybe use it for your own use. So I think there's only left to say thank you for listening to me, and stay safe, stay healthy out there. See you sometime in the future.